Well, less than 48 hours after the nearly month-long bus strike had come to an end, protests erupted in Gandhi Square in the Johannesburg CBD earlier today. This time round, it was actually commuters who were taking to the streets. They were demonstrating against the metro bus service. Let's find out why and take you live to my colleague now, Lindokuhle Xulu, who was out there this morning. You're back in the office now, Lindokuhle. Just take us through exactly why the commuters were so upset with the buses that they've been waiting for so long to come back into service.
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Garrett. Certainly, we did speak to those commuters as they stopped the operations there at Gandhi Square, the metro bus operations, saying that enough is enough. They've had enough of the late coming from the buses, saying that they stand there for hours on end, and there hasn't been proper services for them for a long time. And they're saying that what they want now is that they want buses to actually be there on time, which is their main problem. Of course, among other problems, such as that there is overcrowding inside the buses as they travel. They said more especially when they go to routes like Sandton and Randburg, that there is overcrowding and there is disregard for young children as well as people living with disabilities in those buses. And of course, further speaking to the metro bus representatives, what they said was that there was a lot of pressure on them due to the strike that we saw taking on 4 weeks, and other commuters had diverted to the metro bus, using the metro bus as their main traveling means to work. And the commuters are saying that for a long time they have been experiencing this, and they've had to even go as far as signing warning letters from their bosses. And they're saying waking up early to make up for the time isn't working, because at the end of the day there are no buses to actually take them to their respective workplaces. And that's their main concern, saying that time, among other, of course, but mainly time, is a problem in the metro bus operations.
So it seems two big issues, as you say, time, the other being safety. Lindo, you were there this morning. Clearly the buses were not going anywhere. Was there anybody from Metro Bus there to address the commuters?
Well, eventually this wasn't a planned strike, but eventually someone from the metro bus actually came and addressed them, which is the managing director, who said that they want to hear their grievances. So they somewhat had an informal meeting where commuters were telling the MD what was happening, what is happening on a daily basis in terms of late coming, in terms of even the inspectors themselves and the people who are appointed to be on site and actually control and actually call for buses if there aren't buses. So they were there speaking to them. And of course, I did mention that I spoke to a spokesperson also from the metro bus, who actually told me that the reasons is that they don't have buses. They admit that there's been late coming from their side because they're trying to accommodate everyone. And of course, that the issue of the strike that was happening, the bus strike that was happening, wasn't helping them, because more and more people were moving towards that direction, trying to use them instead of using taxis and other means of transport. So they're saying they had experienced a lot of pressure. And of course, they're saying that some of their buses are old buses, then they need to be repaired, and they sent quite a number of their buses for repairs. And that's why we see that there's a shortage of buses, and even drivers themselves were complaining among each other, saying that one of the things is that they have been telling Metro Bus that there is a shortage of drivers. So quite a lot in that regard, but the spokesperson did assure me that they are looking to buy new buses when the new financial year begins, as well as hire buses as an immediate form of dealing with this. So they would want to hire buses from other companies to accommodate these people until they find a solution, which then the MD and the commuters actually made an agreement that on Friday they need to have a meeting, and they're saying that at 7 a.m. in the morning, they do not want to hear anything but to see the representatives from the metro bus and actually address their issues. They're saying that they will report at work that they have this meeting, because at the end of the day, it is their workplaces, it is their employers who are also affected by this, and they're saying that they need to deal with it as soon as possible, which is going to be on Friday, 7 a.m. in the morning. So they're saying that they will have that meeting to address some of these grievances. But for now, it seems that their immediate way way to deal with it would be to hire other buses. And the spokesperson also promised that 40 of their double-decker buses will be operational tomorrow, just to ease the pressure in terms of these commuters getting to work on time.
Yeah, very, very serious issue affecting people's jobs to and from their places of work. Lindokuhle Xulu with the latest. He was in Gandhi Square this morning. There was chaos. The immediate solution, it seems, is that tomorrow morning there will be more buses. It may still be very tense and tight this afternoon around the Gandhi Square area. So if you or you know anyone who uses a bus to or from Gandhi Square in the Johannesburg CBD, tomorrow it seems that pressure will alleviate, but for this afternoon there could still be problems there. Perhaps just bear that in mind if you are an employer of any kind.